disclosure. Take a look at the disclosure. We are starting the midday call. It's a shortened holiday week. It's 12:06. I figured I might as well do a midday video. A lot of people are asking me a lot of questions about lots of different stocks. So here's your disclosure. Okay, now what we're going to do is going to go over here. Hello, my name is Scott Rudd, the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. What you're looking at right now is the virtual trading floor over here to the left. See where that thing is. So before I get going, this is actually, the what's it called? The positions I'm long. And then I guess I have a hedge on, and then I also just put on a synthetic short in the IBB. But anyway, I have to always show you disclosure, and I have to show you my positions when I do a public call for compliance. Some of these positions that weren't put on today, some have been, for a month, like a Bank of America, or a week or two, like Twitter from last week, Disney, like a week or two. Amazon was Friday. I tweeted out to Red All Access. Lyft was Friday. Sona was today, ACB, and Krone was from like last Tuesday, but I sold. So the virtual trade floor sees it live. Okay, some of you guys, I feel like you're getting very frustrated out there. You're following, whether you're following just shorts, you're following the politics, you're not following the names in the stock. So anyway, this is the virtual trading floor. Like you watch, I could talk into and say hi. And from T3 Live, and everyone is talking, and those are my positions, but that's not what I'm here to do. I just have to show you that before I start. And those of you who said, hey, what is your, what is T3, what's Red All Access? Well, T3Live.com RAA is the actual link you can go to and basically get a month trial if you feel like you're lost. So once again, here we are talking the markets. I had to get that little, what do they call that? Flower keeping? No, housekeeping. Anyway, that's out of the way. So let's get to the charts. Let's go back here. Let's go back to what I like to do. So here we are. Started the S&P cash. Last week, what did we do? Talked about, can we hold this 3,090, 3,091, 3,094 held. Now today, we gapped up, strengthened tech, strengthened small caps, which we'll get into. And all in all, seems like we're on our way up to another high here. I think we hit a new all-time high today at whatever that is. What is this? 3117. A little bit above here, and we're hanging around. We're not that extended. Guys like, Red Dog, what, the oscillator must be plus 80. I'm like, no, the oscillator is plus 20. We spent last week doing absolutely nothing. It worked off the oscillator, so we're not overbought. It doesn't mean you can't go down or things aren't going to trade, but we're not like super duper overbought like when we had a move from, I don't even remember when it was, like from here to there, or from here even to there when we got extended. So now we kind of refreshed. So I know I've been talking about the small caps, and I know, every day, besides holding Verse 157, which I did mention so many times, obviously in the public Twitter sphere, but besides Red All Access that have been doing it with me. I've added a few times, and I've lost money a few times adding. It happens. But today, felt a little different. I tweeted around 940. I'm like, I'm buying more, 159.30, 159.50. And if you look at the IWMs today, finally, a really nice clean move. Look at that wide range bar. That is beautiful. That is the type of bar that could make your week, your month, and your quarter everywhere. Especially when you have a nice bull flag here. But anyway, obviously it's not going to actually make your day or week. I'm getting a little crazy unless you positioned in gazillions of dollars worth, and maybe that's what you do. But all in all, look how nice this looks now. That is clean, guys. A clean move above. You could have waited for it to hold last week's little range. You could have waited for it to get above 159.70. You could have. There are lots of places to add for the first time. And now what, to get to a high of what? 161.50. Pretty darn nice. Question is now everyone's saying, what's the measured move? Technicians say, okay, you have a range, 144 to 160. What is that? That's 16 points. So the measured move should be from 160 to 174. Okay, but a measured move could take a month, it could take a year. We'll see if this move gets sustained. We'll see if it's buyable. We'll see how it trades. All I know is for the first time in a while, you got paid to add. And we'll see, can we close above this level? I'm going to save this. So obviously, I'm going to actually show you how I do it. So I save this image, and then I'm going to put it on Twitter later. Save image, go like to this, go to IWM, and IWM, well, 1125. Intra, because I posted a chart before the market. What I do is I post 14 to 20 charts before the market around 8:30 to 9 o'clock with an actionable plan. And my plan was, if we can get above 159.30 or 40 and it feels good, I'm going to add. Now this is just an update. Okay, and it looks pretty good. This is a picture perfect. I know everybody's been talking about it, but who talks about it and who trades it? That's the difference between. I'm not trying to between me and guys on TV or guys out there. I trade for a living, okay? And I'm freaking up at 4:45 getting prepared so I can put together my morning note, my morning videos, my charts, and then be back in my seat to trade from 9:15 to about 10 minutes ago. And now I'm coming in here for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to shave because then I have Fox Business at 3, and then I'm coming home to trade the close. Then I'm doing my recap, and that's just a Monday for you. Hopefully you have a nice process for your Monday. Okay, so Facebook, at this point, looking pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Cover enthusiasm starting. All right. So if you guys remember, this was the day that I got back in Facebook, this wide range bar, because this was a mess. And then it proved it could hold the majority of it. Then remember, I'm looking, to stay with Facebook, and let's see if it could be special. And what does special mean to Red Dog? Well, ever since this day, it held the 8 day, and it's been above the 8 day since. So this morning, I don't like to do it, but people on the VTF were talking. Even I think I said on the morning call, I'm like, the only thing I bought more of into this gap up is Facebook. It was trading at 199.50. I'm like, I know I'm going to be buying 200, so I might as well buy 199.50s and make 50 cents in the middle. So in the first part of the day, as soon as we opened, I bought more 199.70, 199.80. I bought it through 200, and you had a ripperooski to like 290. And then I tweeted to Red Laurel Access. I'm like, the plan was to buy through, sold some above 270, and now, hopefully it holds this. It's proving it could hold. Where is it right now? 200.71. That's nice. Move this 200 over here now. This was a different pivot that I got above. And now this is the high of the day. The high of the day is 297. So I'm hoping now it closes above this 200, maybe even makes a new high in the day. And then you really have nothing quite in the way until about, 205. Which was a Red Dog reversal that led to a sell-off below the 8 day moving average and 21 day for a while. Now look at this. We've been above the 8 day and the 21 day, which is my active trend. So it would be nice if this actually could, it's following the rules already, but, something that breaks over 200. It's Facebook. Hold here, make a new high, close at 201.50. Tomorrow open up at 202.75. Let us get some follow-through versus a breakout, make some money, and have to sit. We'll see. All in all, though, so far so good. I like it. Facebook had a day one 2 weeks ago. Okay, that's again when right here. So I explained what happened and why. So I'm kind of teaching and refreshing. So when something happens somewhere else, you're also seeing it. Again, this is what I do here on Red Laurel All Access. Which, if you have a lack of ideas and a lack of preparation, click here. Write this down before we get back to the charts. Okay, let's go back to the charts. Now we're back at the charts. Again, Facebook's looking pretty good. So I was driving to the basketball tournament. I don't know if you guys saw the video of me in Pennsylvania, Lancaster, with friggin' 50 basketball courts. So on my way out, I'm in the car. It's like 3:15. I wanted to beat the traffic. I'm like, I know Amazon's been a piece of, I'm not going to say it hasn't been trading well. And I'm sitting there talking to my wife, and I'm like, do you still order everything off Amazon? She's like, I can't live without Amazon. I'm like, well, Amazon's been not trading well. It's going into the holiday week. I'm like, you think we should buy it? She's like, that's all I'm going to do, the little brown boxes. I'm like, it's a holiday. It was perking up a little bit. I was watching a trade in the morning. I'm like, okay, let me get along some Amazon for this week. And then I tweeted to Red Laurel Access. I'm like, it's 3:55. I'm getting along some. And look what Amazon did today. Look at that. Looky. And a nice little move here. Perked up. I didn't just do it out of thin air. I did it because, hey, one, we did a Red Dog reversal here. That was good. We made some money. And then it came in and it perked up on Friday and held this area. So I wound up, where is it now? 17 what? It's hanging around 1770. I had a nice move. So I trimmed some. I have less than I have overnight, and then I'm going to see how it goes the rest of the day. And if it closes strong, hey, maybe I'll add back to what I had overnight and think maybe we could take out the 200 day. But so far as of now, didn't do a hell of a bad job of, clearing these, reclaiming these moving averages with 1782 above. So we'll see. You go to your 5-minute chart. Okay, so what am I looking at intraday that I would like to see hold, like breaking it down a little bit more? So you go to 1 day. Okay, I'm a little bit more committed to this for the week. So usually, like when I leave for like this was your first move, okay, to here, came back, retested it, passed. This was your ad, okay? Made a high in the day. Now it's in its lunchtime consolidation. So what do you know so far? So far it's been hanging above the 1769. If it stays above this 1769, after being above this since 10 o'clock, I would think there's a chance it could take out this level here later in the day. That's later in the day after it digests the big move. If it were to break this, chances are it could still do it, but it may not happen as fast. So anyway, so now here's another level. I actually have a bid in at 1762, okay, to buy more because I'm leaving here to go to the gym. So basically, I'm in it. I sold some. If it were to break this, chances are maybe you can get to here where it broke out from in the first 15 minutes of the day. But then if this is going to be any good today and show commitment and close well, it should not get below this. So really, your stop now could be 1756. If you're really tight and you're sitting at your desk, maybe you could have a stop here, and you want to be perfect. But for me, I'm leaving. I'm not going to be tight because it can go below here and then come back above it later. And I have, I've been doing this 22 years. I have more of a threshold than 55, $6 on Amazon, and it was a great overnight. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it closes well and strong, gives us another vehicle to trade and a good setup for the rest of this week. We'll see. Again, we shall see. But here it is. Apple, I'm still not involved. I wanted to get involved when it took out 264. I didn't. It's been a great trade this entire way. I feel like I was long the majority of the time, and now it held where it had to. It held that 260 area, which was right here, and turned up. Okay, this ascending channel that broke. Now it's doing some work on the right, but this could turn into a triangle where all of a sudden does some work in here and then trades above it, and then boom, gets back to there. It already took out these 2-day highs. Hasn't done that in a while. High, lower high, boom. Just change that little, 3-day trend to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I digested enough. I did not buy it, unfortunately. We'll see now. If you look intraday, kind of like I just showed you with Amazon, I have a bid in. Where do I have a bid? Oh, this is annoying to see. Let's see. Okay. All right, so this is intraday. Okay, I guess I could have grabbed it fast. I just had so much going on. If I was trading it, if I was long and I had a lot on it, say, hey, this could be your stop. For me, since I'm not in it and I'm trying to get back in it, I would say, hey, if it's any good, it should hold this like 264 area. So maybe in here is where, I'll put a bid to buy a little bit. But, so if midday, if something happens with China, the Trump tweets something and we get a little pushback, maybe you could buy here. Okay, but then it really shouldn't get below this. It gets below this, and all of a sudden it gave back more than, for the day, and it's just not the same. So very actively, if you're sitting at your desk through lunch, which I don't think you should be. I think you should be at the gym working off in the morning. I think you should be taking a walk. I think you should be, doing whatever it is that makes you happy. But if it hangs here, the longer it hangs here too, the higher the probability it can make a new high in the day. But we'll see. Buying high and selling higher has been hard to do in this market. So anyway, I am not in Apple, but I'm thinking about in here maybe buying it. Since I didn't chase up here, I'm buying a dip, and then I can get re-engaged in Apple, so I could see how it's doing. Let me see what Facebook looks like here. Facebook just went back to the highs, and now it's still fine. But this was. Let's see what it does here. Yeah. See, now if I was sitting at my desk, this would be a spot maybe you try a little bit. But I'm not over trading this. So, for Facebook, if you played this, okay, so looking intraday, I have a stop on some. Where would my stop on some? I'm probably not going to try and be perfect. This is here, 200. I would think, I had the little move down here. If this is really any good and it wants to kind of be special for the week, it should not definitely close below 199.60. That would be a pain in the butt. If all of a sudden I go to the gym, I'm a Fox Business, and I see it trading less than 199.60, I'll be like, come on, we just got above 200 the first time in weeks. Why could it's Facebook? It's supposed to be a leader. It's supposed to act well. But again, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm hoping that this hangs here and we get a little bit more movement, later in the day, and a little bit more movement into the other area I showed you later in the week. But for it to be special, I would think it's got to close above this, and for it to be really actually good, constructive, close above this, and for it to be, a hyper focus, stay above this. Otherwise, anyone who added shares be like, oh, what do I do with those shares that I added from, holding my position last week or whatever it is. Let's go back to the 1 year. I'm not going to go through everything because I just don't have the time or the wherewithal, and this is just a midday call, just trying to teach you guys a few things about what I'm looking for, pre-market, intraday, etc. And you saw my position. So guys are like, wow, Red Dog, you were in that Clovis, holy cow, for such a long time. I knew nothing about this. This is the beauty of the VTF. The VTF brought me this on this day, okay? And then I was watching it. I'm like, ooh, okay, we're holding a decent portion of it. I think I bought it on this day, added on this day, and then I even put it in the public Twitter stream. I said, I think this can get to $8, which was right here, filling that gap. And now look at it, holy cow. I'm still in some. What a nice move. It can get to 12 maybe. I traded around it. I'm like, wow, this thing was, in February was $24. Anyway, does look like it has room, I guess, now and I'll have a lot less. I'm just trailing it, but it's good to map out areas. This was a nice, target one, and then it held up really well on Friday. So I still have it. And that's why if you look at the VTF, if you look here, it's still sitting in Clovis. So anyone who wanted confidence to stay in Clovis with me and said, I'm going to hold it as long as Red Dog holds it, which they shouldn't. They should understand why. They have a nice trade. And you can see, there it is, overnight, and all I did is sell some today. Okay, I didn't add to it. I'm not, adding on strength or whatever. Twitter also, I had it overnight and I just trimmed some because it's not so great. Disney, what I do, I bought a little bit as it went red. You could see over here, look over here, right around 9:34, they brought Disney red. So I'm like, why are they bringing Disney red? They're trying to sell this Frozen news. Anyway, bought some, and then they went green, went up $1. I'm like, let me sell what I had and let me sit with what I have. And that's what the VTF sees. And now everyone's talking about Disney, so I bet you Disney must be on the move. Let's go check it out. Let's check it out, Okay, Disney, what are we doing? What's the guess? My guess is it's 149.50. Unless he's pointing it out because it came in. Ooh. Let's see here. So Disney is now above this high here, which was 149.44. So now it is 149.95. Look at that, knocking on the door. Now if I was on my desk, I might be adding some, but I've already added in the morning, took some off, but I still have more than I had overnight because it's got a nice bullish pattern here. Again, just teaching you how to use your tier system and how you could use our products in order to, give you confidence and make you money. So again, if you want to be part of Red Laurel Access and the VTF, well, first you have to be Red Laurel Access. Oop, let's not fade out. Let's go to the, go to that website and click it there. Click, or write it down and then put it in your URL. But anyway, wow, there it is. Look at that. Disney's on the move. You know what? Some guys are like, hey, Red Dog, you're sitting here doing a video. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to go to Fox. Are you going to miss more action? I'm like, okay, well, sometimes I miss something. Sometimes I don't overtrade it, so it keeps me sitting in there. And right now, this is a nice, this is looking good. I probably should go move to my desk and buy some more, but we'll see. What's this pivot here? This pivot here is at 150.63. That's your point of reference up there. Facebook, what are you doing? Okay, you're still in there. Amazon, how are you doing? All right, still hanging around. What else? Twitter. Again, I got it on this day, and then I held through it, and now it looks like it's trending up, and all I did is trim some because I bought some down here. It's not that exciting. If you overtrade something that's out of play or not exciting, you're never going to stay in it. So some guys are like, what about the wellness names? You bought it last week. You sold some on Thursday, came in on Friday. What's some of your levels? So I'll go through one of them. So Crone had a move, okay, from here to 805. So I'm in some, but I had a lot, so I was able to sell that. And now maybe into 656, I'll buy some back. The wellness and cannabis names is a different type of trade for me. I didn't even want that whole big rally to happen, but it shows that how fast it can move when it wants to. It's going to be a January effect. It's one of the only groups that actually have the people have big losses in. So maybe they're going to sell it for tax losses, so they don't have to pay the government. So anyway, this would be a spot that I buy some back. If you look at CGC, great Red Dog reversal here at 14.18 from 20 all the way down. You bought it here, you took some home, and wow, into resistance. And now this actually is hanging in there. Never went below here. So I would say if this could hang in here and perk up, I would think then maybe it makes another move and that could help the group. I'd rather see it come back down to this spot. And, I'm not in CGC. I sold mine already. Just buy some here. I sold it last week. So those are some thoughts on a different type of trade. So with all that said, it's 12.25. listen, again, if you have a lack of ideas, if you have lack of preparation, listen, all the guys that are part of Other Oxes, they don't have a lack of ideas, lack of preparation. They just like to do their own and look at mine, and I've taught them how to do their own because I'm up every day at 4:45. Some guys can't get up at 4:45. They get up at 8. They're like, all right, let me take what Red Dog has done and let me look at it a little closer because I know how he thinks and make it my own and let him do some of the legwork. I'll pay him, whatever the cost is, which probably is a lot less than your time. Again, and where is it? That's right here, t3live.com/RedLaurelA. Anyway, and that's that. We're trending. There's things to do. It's the holiday week. Don't overdo it. Don't put yourself in a bad mood. It's Thanksgiving week. Hopefully you have friends and family coming in or you're traveling somewhere, and just keep it real, guys. You work hard to make some money so you can enjoy the holidays, and don't put yourself in a position to get yourself upset. Oh, let's go to Tesla. That goes to show you how many things I'm doing. Everyone's like, oh, Redler, you're just doing Tesla. I'm like, no, I just talked about Tesla because we were heading into a big event and it's been working out very well for us. So what did Tesla do today? But actually, they kind of sold the pop, which isn't the end of the world. That's not Tesla. That's, so I guess that's why I didn't trade it today. Okay, what did I do? What's it called? On the news of the truck or whatever that people were disappointed in. So I definitely, first of all, I had a lot of stock here. I had a lot of stock here, and I had less stock here. Then I had some stock here, and then going into the event, I was in like 25% of my equity, but I still had the call spread on. So what did I do? On this moved lower, I got stopped out of my stock because it's too volatile and I'm not sure, and I'm only leaning Tesla when it's trending above the 80, not when it has crazy volatility. But I still personally think that, first of all, this was 341, that, it can, it's just a thought, make new all-time highs in the first quarter of next year. So when I think about it, and it's not behaving special, meaning above the 8-day and weakness is bought and strength is sold and there's momentum, I'll do options instead of the stock because, I'm an active guy. I'm not going to sit in harm's way. So what did I do here? I covered, remember I told you guys what I did? I made a call spread. What's a call spread? That means I bought the 380s. They were like $24, and I sold the 420s for like $14. So it cost me $10. That was the cost. $10 to maybe make 30, 30 plus. So with this being said, I'm like, let me buy back the 420s. I sold them for like 14. I bought them back for 8 and change. So that's nice. And let me just sit in the call. So today I was hoping it would get to like 350 and be really strong. So this way, I could continue to bring down my cost and my risk by then being able to sell maybe the 410s. Even I make a little less if it works out, but I'll have time to trade it. But again, it just kind of sold off fast, and I'm just sitting in the call still. And I didn't trade the stock because it gapped up $12, $13. Some guys in the VTF, if you look at the VTF at 645, like, oh, I'm shorting Tesla here at 348. I'm like, okay. I'm just not gonna get that cute. They made good money, $6, $7, because of from where it was to that. Again, there's lots of ways to skin a cat. For me, I'm just going to, maneuver a call spread. And if all of a sudden it continues to act poorly and all of a sudden goes red and takes this out, probably going to end up losing on that strategy unless something changes in the next few months. That's why I gave myself enough time. If you guys remember, with the GLD call spread here, I kind of thought we were going to get to like, 1,400 plus on the GLD. So I bought the GLDs in here, and I did a big call spread, and there was lots of ways to maneuver the call spread, but the thesis was higher until I took it off, and now I haven't done nothing with gold. Gold is just a big nothing right now. But anyway, by going out a bunch of months, it keeps you engaged, and when the actual stock looks like an actual trade that's conducive to my style, I'll do the stock. If you only see options, that means it's a concept, and the market hasn't confirmed my concept yet, or I'm not confident enough to be in the call spread or whatever it is, and that. So that said, a lot of guys were trying to short the IBBs this morning. I'm like, haven't really been trading the IBBs, but I've done pretty well, making a synthetic short around indices and major stocks when they're. So I'm like, you know what, I'll wow, I'll short. Wow, look at this move in the IBBs coming right back up to here. This might hurt me later in the week. So what I did is I shorted the 118 calls. Okay, my average is like 75 cents. So instead of, over trading it, I said, this is how many calls I want to short, and I'm not going to short anymore. We have a long week until Friday. Maybe gets closer to 120. I'll roll up a strike or two. I'll short that, and I'm kind of, some guys are short all the way up, and I didn't do any of that here, but here, like, so all the way from the 8th day, I figure, like last time, there's a way to catch something here. So it's just something to do. By shorting calls, I know your risk is endless, but by being short the indice also, your risk is endless. Okay, it's the same thing, but at least, I'm collecting premium that can get sucked out as the days go by, and I'm also shorted at a higher, so I have room to there. Some guys, why don't you buy puts? You can make so much more money. I'm like, yeah, but then you need it to happen fast, and you have to cut. Sometimes they'll suck out premium, and you'll be right, but you'll lose. So for me, I feel like, even though there's some room here, I could short some calls, and I'm giving it some space, and I'm not doing it too fast. It's not like a overly focused thesis. It's just something to do. I did that many times. I did it. Remember, we did it in the TLTs up here. I remember shorting into this, extended move and made good money. Did it again there. I actually even made money selling puts here. Anyway, so there are spots that make some sense to do it. This is kind of interesting right here. Look at this. This is a TLT. Above the moving averages, it can go a little bit. By the way, the Bank of America call that I made a while back looks really good. This is when we bought Bank of America, and I'm still in Bank of America. You saw it on the VTF. I only buy strength. I mean, buy strength. I only add on weakness and sell strength. I do not add on strength, especially in the banks. But this looks like it's right back to the highs here, if you remember. Here, I'm like, oh, this thing can go to 33 plus. And everyone's like, Red Dog, you're a permable. Anyway, that was here. And then why did I say that? Because, yeah, JP Morgan making 2-year highs and extending. Like, why can't Bank of America play some catch up? And now it's up here, and I'm just sitting. I actually trimmed a little bit today. So with all that said, I wish everyone the best. I'll probably do one more video like this before Wednesday and the holiday and Thanksgiving. I'm definitely going to be around, though. I'm going to be working, but I'm going to be working on Brother All Access to VTF, posting them charts, giving them my ideas, writing the note, doing the videos, and every now and then, what I do for the public Twitter sphere is I'll give you the S&P chart, give you my feel, every now and then put an idea in there, and we'll continue to navigate. But again, if you're kind of lost and you want more, this is how you get more. Right here. Write this down. Try it out for a month. Come on. Better yourself.